The White Goddess by Robert Graves, published in 1948, is a complex and influential work that blends poetry, mythology, and anthropology. It explores the concept of a primordial goddess figure associated with the moon, which Graves argues represents an ancient matriarchal faith that profoundly shaped European poetry and culture. The book posits that the relationship between men and women, as well as the nature of poetic inspiration, is rooted in this goddess worship, which Graves contrasts with the subsequent patriarchal order. Graves presents a historical grammar of poetic myth, focusing on themes of birth, life, death, and resurrection, and asserts that true poetry must reflect these elemental experiences. He engages with ancient texts, particularly Welsh poetry, to uncover hidden meanings and suggests that modern poetry has lost its connection to these primal inspirations. The work is characterized by its bold assertions and unconventional interpretations, which have sparked both admiration and skepticism among scholars. Begun in 1944, The White Goddess was to illuminate the path of Robert Graves' literary career for the next 40 years, the larger part of his creative life. Beliefs expressed in this work concerning the obligations of poetry and poets, the rightful relationship of man to woman, and the priority of inspiration would shape all of Graves' novels, essays, and books of poetry that succeeded it. So central would it remain to his work that it is possible to claim that the White Goddess represented a way of life, or perhaps a religion, to its author. A work of prodigious learning, it leads readers to reevaluate their understanding of the Bronze Age. Although anthropologists have preferred to ignore the White Goddess or to marginalize it as poetical fancy or an idiosyncratic embellishment on the studies of James George Frazer, author of The Golden Bough in 1890. The fundamental myth of Bronze Age matriarchal society also has served as inspiration for all poems capable of moving readers profoundly, according to Graves. He asserts that every poem succeeds only insofar as it recapitulates a part of the theme. Graves demonstrates the extraordinary precision of this statement in a succession of polarities, contrasting inspirational and classical poetry, poetic and prosaic modes of perception, proleptic and linear thought, intuitive and deductive reasoning, and so on. Graves argues that such dichotomies mirror the ancient struggle between the old matriarchal religion and the patriarchal one that came later to vanquish and replace it. Here today, I am going to read just an excerpt from it, actually just the introduction, which is a poem of the same title, written as an ode to the muse by Robert Graves. The White Goddess. All saints revile her, and all sober men, ruled by the god Apollo's golden mien, in scorn of which we sail to find her, in distant regions, likeliest to hold her, whom we desired above all things to know, sister of the mirage and the echo. It was a virtue not to stay, to go our headstrong and heroic way, seeking her out at the volcano's head, among pack ice, or where the track had faded, beyond the cavern of the seven sleepers, whose broad high brow was white as any leper's, whose eyes were blue with rowan-berry lips, with hair curled honey-colored to white hips. The sap of spring in the young wood astir will celebrate with green the mother, and every songbird shout a while for her. But we are gifted, even in November, rawest of seasons, with so huge a sense of her nakedly worn magnificence, we forget cruelty and past betrayal, heedless of where the next bright bolt may fall.